record on this computer. All right, we are recording now. It's really good to be back. Welcome to anyone that might be watching this on the YouTube channel or listening to it on the podcast stream. And I am Jared Rasher. This is my What Do I Know About Actual Play series. This particular game is going to be our Streets of Avalon Bleak Testament game. And we have a full house. All of the players that are currently in the campaign are here tonight. So I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I'm ready and raring to go. And I'm going to have everybody start introducing themselves. So we will start with Eric. Why don't you introduce yourself and your character?
Hello, I'm Eric, otherwise known as Gator. I'm playing Zindlane, a noble who grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth and did not know what he had and ended up pissing it all away on alcohol and drugs and ended up in the gutter, losing the right to his last name. And by the gutter, I mean the docks.
All right, let's go with Eileen next. Please introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I'm Eileen. I'm playing Morgan. She is a trickster cleric of Hermes. She grew up an urchin on the streets of Avalon and was taken in by the Church of Hermes and eventually became part of the clergy.
All right, and let's go now to Bob, if you would introduce yourself and your character.
I am Bob Everson. I am playing Garlan Bach, who is a half-orc fighter, slash bounty hunter slash muscle for hire with a fondness for guns.
All right, and now let's go to Brandon, if you would introduce yourself and your character.
I'm Brandon, and I'm playing Baro Broomhill, our barge folk rogue that likes to run around underneath the nose of the Church of Hermes, although I'm on a bit of a pause for that right now. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, so now that we have all of our introductions out of the way, let's go to our little opening scene here. And once again, as we have seen every other time, we zoom out and we see on the streets of Avalon, the sun has gone down, it is dark on the streets, and one of the mysterious creatures known as the Lamplighter is moving along the street, lighting up the streets so that they are safe for people. Deep within its recessed hood, there is a gnarled face missing any eyes, and a figure comes up behind our Lamplighter. The Lamplighter turns around and looks at them. "You are rapidly running out of things that I desire. I feel soon your donations will need to become more personal. Our tale grows more epic. Angels, dragons. What could possibly happen? What more could make itself known? Demons?" And now we will cut back to our adventurers here. When last we left everyone, originally everyone was going to meet up and go visit Marley, but Baro and Zindlane kind of got sidetracked with an old acquaintance of Zindlane's, and and Morgan saw a figure flying across the sky and solved a mystery that the Watch was unable to address. So we see the three of them touching base with everything that's happened this evening. But now let us cut to Garlan. Garlan, where have you been for the majority of this day?
Refresh my memory real quick. I'm trying to remember what happened at the end.
The last session that you were here for, you had just found that that body that Baro led everyone to, and right. So you had those remains. You turned the cultist over to the Watch. It had been a few weeks, and you had just promised Grandmother Shark that you were going to deal with that giant crocodile.
Yeah.
So in the intervening time, it is almost flood season. Like the water is very close up to the overflowing the sewers now. So you're going to have to deal with that crocodile soon.
Yeah, I think I spent some time scouting that situation out to get a rough idea of what we were up against and what the situation looked like.
There a silver bullet for alligators?
No.
I am going to say, and you know the big thing that Grandmother Shark was worried about was that this alligator was going to start roaming the streets, because then her guild looks bad, and her guild is the one that needs to not look bad.
Yes.
The other ones, if they're not paying their their tribute, then they don't get to do their jobs, but she can't look bad. And the problem is what you have, I'm going to say what Garlan has found out with the scouting is this crocodile is in the basement of a warehouse right now. You know where it's at. It is basically in a flooded out basement, and at any moment somebody's going to wander in there and get eaten. So you know where this is at. You've been scouting it out. You know
All
it's
right.
probably time to deal with this.
Yep.
But you haven't seen your friends all day.
Time to rally the troops. I will go look for people in the places where they normally are, and if I have to, I'll send a runner.
And I was just going to say the other thing that would be amusing to me is that Garlan arrives at each location where all of you were at when things were happening, just like a few minutes after you were there.
Missed them.
So like you see like the Lachey priest cleaning up a body that fell from the sky apparently. After everyone had dispersed the scene, and you're just like trailing behind everyone a few minutes. So most recently you see another body being cleaned up that is just splattered on the ground, and then after you run into that scene the second time this has happened in the last few days, you see what looks like your friends all kind of gathered together and discussing something.
There you are.
So does anyone want to fill Garlan in on what happened during the day while he was doing his scouting?
Wait, don't get too close to it.
Too close to what?
I step away. I take a step back from you.
Your face gonna open up?
Pull your face apart.
No, it's me.
Could they talk?
Nope.
I don't think I remember them
okay.
talking.
I think we're good then.
Let me guess. You ran into some more of those me clones.
Little Garland bugs. Or big Garland bugs.
Yeah, that's never gonna end.
Once you get Garlands, you never get rid of
You want garlands? Because this is how you get garlands.
I mean, there's some other things that happened during the day if anybody wanted to share it with him, but and Garland, you did see bodies oddly splattered in a couple different locations.
They look like they fell from a great height.
Yeah, it's an angel. Or maybe an angel. Or kind of looks like an angel, but not.
We thought it was
Really?
a catapult.
No, you thought it was a catapult.
It was a ballista.
Trebuchet? One of my favorite words. Trebuchet! Okay, well, great.
No, that wasn't an angel. That was a dragon.
There is a difference.
The dragon was underground.
I mean, yes.
Yes, there was a dragon.
And the dragon was really ugly.
Okay.
Don't let it hear you say that, though.
Well, clearly you've been having fun. I've got something even more fun than that.
Really?
Yes, we need to go kill the giant crocodile.
Uh,
Alligator, crocodile, whatever, same difference.
that doesn't sound like a good idea.
Short snout, long rounded snout, I don't remember. There's a difference.
Wait, no, like, don't we just want to avoid that? The best way to deal with that crocodile is to avoid it.
No, actually, because as part of previous engagements, a promise was made to Grandmother Shark that we would take care of the giant croc problem. And we are duly licensed to take
I don't
care of
remember
it.
that conversation.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
we
you were
probably
busy.
should have told you about that.
You forgot to mention that. So, and it's in the basement of this warehouse over here, so it's gonna get out soon if we don't do it. So we got to go take care of that.
Wait, I don't just have to watch deal with it.
No, because
Something,
Grandmother
something,
Shark.
Exterminators Guild. It's all political.
Yeah. Plus, you know, if we don't do it, Grandmother Shark will be very upset with us. And then
Be good practice for the dragon?
there you go. You can pretend it's a dragon and we'll slay it.
Can I wear a knight costume?
You can wear whatever costume you want, Z.
Help me. I got to find some armor.
I mean, armor,
And
you know.
and then, like, you know, in your head you hear, the only armor you need is the shadows I provide you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And you, like, see shadows, like, ripple out in like, armor shape.
There you go. Armored up. Let's do this. Rock and roll.
All right, so lead the way.
All right, then.
Which warehouse?
It's over here. Follow me.
Don't let Baro go first this time.
But Baro's the scout.
He almost got eaten last time.
That's 'cause
There's a
he's-
tentacle.
That's because he's bite size.
Well,
I wanted an appetizer.
Yeah, Garlan, you're starting to feel like you probably missed quite a bit here.
yeah, apparently. But hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Okay. This is the place. I open the door and I poke my face in.
Does his face get bitten off?
No, you see what looks like a multi-level warehouse, but the lower portion of it is all flooded out now.
It's in the water.
How deep is it?
It is probably about 10 feet deep.
At least I'm not the only one that can't stand up in this.
Yeah. Can I swim?
But there is like an outer walkway, you know, to this area. It's just, you know, it might be bad to have the thing grab you and pull you into the water.
Guessing probably, yeah.
Is there some way we can maybe lure it onto the walkway?
You're not even sure it would fit on the walkway.
Yeah.
So we just need some bait.
Not me.
I mean, you are bite-sized.
Give me a group stealth check as you're entering this warehouse.
Ooh, stealth.
I have dice. I have actual dice I can use.
17.
19.
Ooh, 20.
12.
Found the fighter.
Oh, and also, just to, I know everyone else has inspiration. Does Garland currently have inspiration?
I have one listed on my sheet, so
Okay.
yeah.
So everybody's going into this encounter with inspiration. That's exciting.
Sweet.
Okay, is everybody happy with their stealth checks? And it's a group check, so you're just looking at the majority of you, of you getting a good score. So
Sure.
nothing seems to be reacting to you. So as you get into the warehouse and you're talking to one another, nothing has come out of the water yet. What is Morgan's passive perception?
19.
Yeah, you can definitely, well, let me double check. It might have done really well. No, it did not. Yeah, you're definitely seeing a dark shape gliding underneath the flooded waters here in this warehouse.
Are we ready?
Let's do
Ready?
it.
Ready for what?
You got your armor on, Z?
Okay, Daddy,
Yeah.
follow me.
So I'm gonna pull my crossbow out.
And
Okay.
you hear a voice in your head, Zindlane, that says, "I dub you Sir Zindlane."
Whatever keeps Z interested in the fight.
Now I'm imagining Z's shadow thing having Eowyn's face.
The shoulder pads, yeah.
All right.
While
so-
she prepares the crossbow, I pull out my pistol.
All right. Everyone roll me initiative. I believe you're all going to be able to act in the first round because the crocodile is not aware of you.
14.
13.
12.
I'm going first next round.
That
I got
happens a
a
lot.
tree. A tree.
That's okay. I don't have any ranged weapons.
I can give you my crossbow if you have
You
the
are
ability to use one.
a ranged weapon.
Yeah, that's why I'll just throw myself at it and then bounce back.
And let me
We
roll.
haven't had a rest or memorize chance since last time, have we?
No.
Nope.
Making
So,
sure that
I really hope I don't get hit.
don't actually have these spells available to myself that I almost thought I had available.
All right. So you see it under the water, and Zindlane, you get to go first. How close are you waiting for this dark shape to get before you make your attack on it?
Melee?
Okay. So the beginning of the round will start as soon as it gets like within 5 feet of that walkway.
Unless somebody else wants to do range. So I'll kind of I'm going to ready myself and kind of flex my muscles and kind of choke up on the battle axe hammer, my battle axe handle.
All right. So since Margaret and Garlan both mentioned being at range, I'm going to put them a little bit back on the walkway compared to this and have Zindlane and Baro closer to it, if that sounds appropriate.
Mhm.
Baro, do you want a crossbow?
Or do you just want to reach over the edge of the walkway and stab at it?
I got 20 bolts.
What are you going to use?
Let's give him a scathing look, and fire appears in my hand.
Yeah, it might be a little bit easier. The short swords are kind of hard to reach over the side there.
All right, so I toss him my crossbow, and I
Okay.
ready to pew pew with the magic.
All right. So Zindlane is right next to the croc on the walkway, next to the water, and everyone else is at least. Let me put you back here, just to make sure you're not right next to it. Assuming nothing weird has happened with this thing, you do remember that its tail could reach out at least 10 feet away from it.
Sure.
Reach out and touch you. Yeah.
So Zindlane, please take your turn.
Oh, I swing my axe at it. Yeah. That's a 12 plus 6 is 18.
So it is like gliding by, and it does the croc thing where just its head and its eyes pop out, and you go whoomp. And what did you say? 18?
18.
That will hit.
Yeah. 1d. Do I have one of those? There it is. Two-handed attack. 6 damage.
All right. It is not bloody, Jeff.
Yeah, right.
So you chonk down with the axe to the back of its neck, and the gator just kind of lets out this really strange, I can't do gator and croc noise as well. But Garlan, what would you like to do?
Me?
Or no, not Garlan.
I was gonna say I got a 3.
Baro.
I'm using special inverted initiative. Morgan, what would you like to do?
I'm going to cast Word of Radiance on it.
All right.
Word.
Oh, wait, no. Sorry, wrong cantrip. Sacred Flame. Yeah, no, not Word of Radiance, please.
All right, so it got a 7 on its save.
Well, not as good for me, not so good for it. That is 4 radiant damage.
All right. So, still not bloodied. And did you have anything else you would like to do before Baro
I'm
takes his turn?
watching that tail, and then
You're still a little bit out of tail range.
I know what that tail does.
All right, Baro, what would you like to do?
All right, so following it, I'm being very careful. I've never really used a crossbow before, so I'm following very carefully with it and just waiting for the right opportunity and pulling the trigger.
All right.
That would be an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, I need a D8. I don't usually use a D8.
Never used a crossbow before.
Okay, I'm just gonna click on mute. All right, so that is what D8, so 8 damage.
All right, so this goes off, and the crossbow thunks into the crocodile's hide, and you see like the murky water getting darker around where the crossbow hit. Normally, this would be the crocodile's turn, but since all of you were aware of it and it was not aware of you, you all get to act in this round, and it does not. So, Garlan, what would you like to do?
Boom! What I'm talking about. Yeah, let's see if I can some croc penetration here. 15? Are we not doing phrasing? Okay, that's. I meant
15 does.
I said your words.
Wow.
Oh.
That's
It's
what
a
we're
moot
doing.
point.
That's what we're doing tonight.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, 15 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
I did a whopping 1 point of damage with my bullet. That's tough hide. That's hard to get through.
Well, you know, it hit the water first, so it lost
Yeah.
some of its momentum. All right. So,
And I stash the pistol back in my holster and get ready to melee.
Because ain't nobody got time to reload.
Yeah, it's
so it is no, it's not. Never mind. So now, after all of this, the croc is definitely aware of you. Zindlane, what would you like to do? As it is,
Oh,
it is
I'm gonna
growling in your direction.
axe it again.
Okay.
16.
A 16 will hit it.
Ho ho! More damage. Oh, that's 12 damage. That's much better.
Ooh,
ooh.
wow.
All right, you guys don't need me. I'm just gonna watch.
Beefy warlock.
All right. Morgan, what would you like to do as you see Zindlane just like slam this axe down into the crocodile's back here?
I'm gonna Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
Cantrips for the win.
That is a 13.
That does not make it.
All right. So the flare of radiance hits the water.
That was a good one. That is 8 points of radiant damage.
Wow. You guys are really tearing into this thing.
Well, we've had some encouragement to take it out before it takes us out.
It is now, currently, just now, bloodied.
Hmm.
After that flare of radiance. Baro, what would you like to do?
All right, I am going to shoot at it again.
All right.
Actually, is there any sort of like vantage point that I could get to where I'm darkened and maybe obscured a little bit?
Not that is next to the crocodile.
Well, I've got the hand crossbow though.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
not
you're
hand crossbow. I've got the
you're
light.
close. Yeah, you're close to the corner. I was thinking moving up, but yeah, you could move back and be into the shadows if you would like.
Yep, I'm gonna do that. Use that to my advantage
Okay.
and make myself get some sneak attack damage in there.
Yeah, that would be good.
If I hit. All right, so yeah, I move back and let go with a crossbow bolt. And that is an 18 to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Ooh, nice. 13 damage. And then 2 more D6. Make sure these are D6s. Yep. I have 8 damage extra.
Okay.
Whopping 21.
First time with the crossbow. Psh.
There's luck.
All right. So now that you have hit it in a spot that Zindlane has already been hitting with the axe, so it goes straight into its bloodied flesh without having to worry about its leathery hide. And now it's really mad, but unfortunately, the only target close to it is Zindlane.
Haha! Come at me! Eat some axe!
So first, you see its tail comes up out of the water.
Probably hits.
Does a 27 hit Zindlane?
Almost twice.
So that is 12 bludgeoning damage from the tail.
Okay. All of my shadow flesh is now gone.
And now its teeth is coming for your real flesh.
Yes. Damage. 12 damage? There we go. Hey, I did it right. I did it right. Okay, how much did what did it
Does
what
a
did it damage to do?
does a 19 hit you with its bite?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Ouch.
this one might hurt more. That is 22 points of piercing damage.
Holy shit. I'm not dead yet, but I'm definitely bloody.
And you are also grappled by its jaws.
I scream like a high-pitched wail.
So yeah, Zindlane is trapped in the giant crocodile's jaws at the
Like,
moment.
if you've seen the episode of Star Trek where Rom walks in on the assassin trying to kill his brother, that's the scream that you hear.
I just watched that this afternoon.
So Zindlane is trapped in its jaws. Garlan, what would you like to do?
I got you, buddy. Don't worry.
You are about 15 feet away from Zindlane as he is thrashing in the creature's jaws.
Go, gadget knife. Oh, 18?
18 will hit.
6 points?
That definitely does damage to it. It doesn't die or let go of Zindlane. Okay. So it's yes. You're the freshest one in this party, Garland.
Yes. 15 feet.
Mhm.
Attack. and I'm going to use the rest of my movement to jump on the Croc's back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Giddy up, go, Daddy.
All right. Give me 1 second because I want to look up something now. All right. So you are jumping on the Croc's back. And the way I said that, I feel like it was just the Captain America with the seat. So you jumped on a giant crocodile's back.
Yeah.
All right,
Are
climbing
you
onto
sure
a
you want to
bigger
do that?
creature. All right, so it is considered difficult terrain for you.
Okay.
You do have advantage on attack rolls,
Yeah, baby.
but when you first get on it, please give me either a athletics or acrobatics check contested by its acrobatics score.
Come on, baby. Oh, 13.
Ooh, that is a 16.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So you dramatically climb up on its back, and it kind of rolls to one side. You just go sploosh
splash.
into the water. It was very dramatic, but now we have two people in the water with the Croc, which is even more dramatic. All right, back to Zindlane. Would you like to attempt to break out of its jaws?
Absolutely.
All right, so that will take your action, and you will have to use either.
Oh.
Don't forget, we have inspiration, folks.
Yep. You have either, you can use either athletics or,
Actually, can I attack it still?
yeah, you can still attack it.
All right, I'm going to attack it.
You're just
I'm
grappled,
gonna-
you're not,
Yeah, I'm going to...
the only problem is you have a feeling this thing will do something to you on its turn when it,
Yeah, I'm going to shout out to my shadow friend and say, "Save me!" as I swing my axe at it. And part of the, and like the, as I'm saying, as I'm screaming out "saving me," like there's like a guttural undertone that happens as I curse this crocodile. Dice, don't fail me now. Okay. So let's hope a 16 still hits.
yes, it does.
Okay. So curse means that against the curse target, I gain +2 to damage rolls, and I get hit points if it dies. So I'm using that once per short rest thing. And I'm going to roll some damages.
Roll high.
I rolled a 10 damage.
All right. The Croc is not dead.
Oh no!
Still has a hold of the Zindlane there. Morgan, what would you like to do?
Sacred Flame!
Hey, it got a 0 on its save.
It's gonna eat me!
It's not an extremely agile creature.
Oh, wait, you're partly underwater. It's gonna eat me. Somebody help me.
That's 7 points.
Oh, so as Zindlane goes, it's going to eat me. The radiant flare hits the creature, and it starts just burning with this silvery light, and it thrashes around a little bit, and all of a sudden, Zindlane, you feel the jaw go slack.
Oh, cool. I hit it a couple more times.
It's the only way to be sure.
Die.
So yes,
I get 8 hit points.
nice. You You
as
did not.
I feed off of its life force.
You did not allow the croc to force you to make the strength save to see whether you took full damage from its death roll.
That would have killed me. I had 9 hit points.
You would have at least probably been at 0.
Yeah.
The least it can do with the death roll would be 8.
Yeah.
All right, then.
So, Garland, do you crawl back out of the water?
Oh, yeah.
So, what do all of you want to do after this triumphant attack here?
First of all, we will find a runner and send them to let the powers that be know that the croc is dead and somebody can come and take care of the carcass.
I told you that was not a good idea.
Don't you have any kind of pew, pew, pew you could have been doing from afar? Why you got to get up there with an axe?
I mean, I have an awesome axe. I mean, it's kind of a shame not to use the awesome axe. I mean, it's got like shadow powers and everything.
All right.
We established last time that when Zindlane tries to tank, he is kind of set up to be an anti-tank because the thing he was trying to tank, he was scaring away from.
Awesome.
That was a good spell.
After that, then I think it's time to get a beer and dry off.
So, as you're looking around for kids, dun, dun, I am going to say you see Shaggy, the local runner that usually is completely covered up and bundled up even when it's hot out. And they go, "Hey, what can I do for you?"
We have just defeated a fearsome creature, and we need Grandmother Shark to know about it.
Oh, okay.
Giant crocodile. He is
And
done.
and they put their palm out for their
Give him
silver.
a tooth.
Here.
Actually, I was thinking about taking a trophy of a tooth.
I want to take a tooth.
Shaggy notices that Morgan's there and kind of like nods to Morgan and then Conspiratorial leans over and says, I won't spend too much time in the palace, even though I get to go there because I'm delivering a message.
It's probably a good idea.
And they
Working
head
hours and all that.
off. And they head off. So yes, what are you doing with this big Moundo croc?
Playing alligator dentist.
Yeah.
Look, I got a tooth.
Might as well. Those things are like daggers almost.
Yeah. Do we know if the alchemist might might give us some money for alligator bits or?
I don't know because even though it is a giant crocodile, it is still a crocodile. So I mean,
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
not necessarily a supernatural thing of any stripe. It's unnaturally large.
Somebody can make a hell of a pair of boots, though.
So within a few moments, walking down the street, you actually see you see a Baro, which is Zindlane's friend that is one of Grandmother Shark's major enforcers, and another enforcer, and Grandmother Shark actually out on the streets.
Whoa.
And she's walking down the street, and she's got like these high like pirate boots on, and she's got like a saber on each hip, and she's walking down the street and gets to the warehouse and goes, "Hey, I kind of want to see your handiwork."
Right this way. It's a beast.
And she looks in there and she goes, "Yeah, that's dead."
It's kind of what the point was.
She pulls out one of her sabers and just like sticks it again. Yep, real dead.
Huh.
Well, that's good work, and I am a woman of her word. So she looks over at Abara, and Abara hands each of you a pouch with 100 silver in it.
Wow.
Whoa!
100 silver.
Boo to the ya.
Wow, this is great.
I do have one more thing I'd like you to do, and forgive an old woman for paying you before she asked you for this last little bit, but I need you so that I can get my reimbursement from the Griffins to drop this carcass right in front of the right in front of the watch station.
Oh, that's how that's gonna be.
I don't want them trying to say that this thing wasn't as big as it was.
All right. I jump back in the water. Who's got the rope? I got
Yeah.
rope.
I pull out the rope and toss it down to Garlan.
I wrap the rope around the thing underneath our legs and tie a good knot. All right, you pull, I'll push.
All right, just to see if we have any mishaps on the way there, let's get a group strength check.
Oh gosh. Group strength check.
In the tray.
I rolled a 1,
I got a 13.
and I have a +0, so
Yeah, we'll see what the barge folk. Barge folk got a 3.
I got a 12.
Did I get the highest?
Oh, you are the beefy tank.
I mean, I'm tough, but not that strong.
So you get almost to the watch post, and about a block away you falter, and the croc kind of like gets away from you and it just lays out in the street.
If we were in the Shadow Realm, this would have been much quicker.
And a group of people start coming out of the shadows around you. And they're like, that looks like an awful big prize. There's not like a bounty on that thing, is there?
Nope.
Are you sure about that?
Yep.
it's about to be a bounty on you.
I don't know. I'm just seeing 4 tired people, and one of them only counts for half.
Oh.
Hey, don't talk about Garlan that way.
Whoever said that, I look them dead in the eye and I tell them, I look tired, but I can take all of you. Get the hell out of my face.
And what would be the proper thing here? I'm going to say anybody that would like to give me an insight check.
Insights. Well, let's
Sure,
see.
why not?
6.
17.
I ain't seen shit.
21.
So Morgan and Baro, which makes sense, the two of you would notice this, but these don't look like local thugs. If you had to guess, you would think these are probably some people from over in the Stacks, which is the area that kind of raids into this area, especially as it gets closer to flood season. So these aren't your locals. These seem like just roving assholes that are trying to pick a fight within this district here.
So Baro gets an idea, and Baro gets up and stands up on top of the crocodile and pulls out one of his swords and kind of like sticks it down and not quite into the alligator, but like kind of stands it up and kind of like leans on it like a cane a little bit and says, yeah, well, we took care of this, so I don't think we'd have any problem taking care of you.
Nice.
So I am going to ask you a question that is more of a plot question than a Baro question. That is, would you like someone to recognize, and you have inspiration, so I can't give you any more, but if they recognize that sword, they'll just kind of disperse. But there might be repercussions for someone recognizing that sword later on.
That was completely my intention.
All right, so you pull out the sword, and like a bunch of them start milling forward, but then one of them says, and whispers a little bit, and it kind of goes through the crowd, and they all kind of, well, enjoy your big lizard, and they all just kind of disperse.
That's right.
I clap Baro on the shoulders. Yeah, buddy.
He sheathed the sword and was like, yeah, that's what I thought. He's all like, his chest is all puffed out.
So you can easily make it the rest of the way to the watch post. Now, just for fun, let's do a group stealth check to see if anybody hears you dropping this this giant crocodile on their front step.
9. 9 stealth. +1. Yeah, 9.
God, this is the inverse of the last session, so I got a 24.
22.
16.
So all of you managed to drop the giant croc on their doorstep and get away before anyone opens the watch post door. What the hell is this doing here? So now that you have effectively taken care of this croc, what would you like to do? It's getting, it was already kind of, it was getting dark before, when Morgan saw the angel and you had your meeting, but now it is fully dark. You can, if you look down the street, see a lamplighter moving along and lighting the lamps in this area. What would all of you like to do?
I think Garlan had the right idea getting that beer.
Yep.
All right, so you're going to head over to the moat house?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to the moat house, the Baro is already in there talking to some of the other enforcer types, and she looks over at you when all of you walk in, and she goes, "Here's our temporary members of the guild."
That's right.
And she is like, "I'd like, all of you, get a free drink for me on the house."
Oh,
All right, then. You won't get any argument out of me.
I'm gonna order something off the top shelf.
And Abara, punches Zindlane in the shoulder, and she looks at like the bite marks on Zindlane and goes, "So did you distract it by crawling in its mouth? Is that what?"
I don't taste very good. But after
You
a
did a
bath,
fine job.
I will taste good.
So all of you can have your own table here. What would you like to discuss as you're getting your free drinks?
So Angel, huh?
Yeah, it's not as pretty as...
Dragon.
Yeah, Zindlane actually just heard about the angel. He actually saw the dragon.
Yeah, so like wings and
Yep.
holy looking and
And dropping people out of the sky.
well that
Cultists, mind you.
Oh, cultists.
Yes, both of them were cultists of Erling.
Oh well. All right. Good guy.
I don't feel terribly moved to stop this.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Yeah. I mean, if they drop somebody that's not, a bad guy, then I'll get worried.
If you start dropping into some people,
Yeah.
Fair.
Geez, maybe that angel can go around and pick up Garlan bugs.
If only something was going around and randomly hunting Garland bugs.
Yeah.
that no one has seen but has been happening off scenes. Also, did you mention to Garland about the coin? Speaking of the dragon.
Yes.
So what now?
Coin.
Yeah, that I don't remember.
The dragon was going to give you access to the seal if you could bring the coin back to it that is no longer in its hoard, and the coin is residing with
our library friend.
Valkyrie Marley.
The Valkyrie, yeah.
Yeah. We talk about that in whispers, though.
And what seal was it going to give you access to?
The Dragon's
seal.
Horde seal.
Yeah, so
Yeah. There
we
we
had
go.
covered
Now
the,
yeah.
so we did the thing with the map, and now normal people can see the map,
Yay.
and one of them was labeled Dragon's Horde. So we're like, okay, cool, that sounds fun. And then there was an actual dragon.
Yeah.
I mean, did you not think?
Looked more like a bug, but it called itself a dragon. But
and only Z can understand it.
And it spoke in dragon.
Yeah. The description, if anybody wanted to relay this to Garland, it is essentially kind of a cross between a snake, a centipede, and a bat. That's what the dragon looked like.
All right. Fabulous. And it's guarding one of the seals.
Yes.
So, working from memory, the seals are keeping bad out. And if this seal hasn't been tampered with, do we know?
No, it wouldn't let us see it.
Ah. So my guess is nobody messed with this seal because this guy's in the way. I could be wrong though. Don't quote me on that.
Concern,
But we need to protect the seals to save the world.
well, my concern is he's going to make the same deal as somebody else who doesn't exactly have the best intentions with a seal, and they're going to go after the coin. And
Yeah.
And Zindlane, when you say protect the world, you hear the voice saying, remake. Remember, remake the world.
Yeah. Remake, protect. Yeah.
So, yeah, we should probably, for at least for the sake of verifying and making sure that someone doesn't use the coin to get access in a nefarious purpose, we should talk to Valkyrie and see what we can do.
But yes, you now have a list of all of the seals in this neighborhood.
Awesome.
Where they are located.
Fabulous.
One has been broken. One is locked in the Dwarven Vault. One is with the dragon.
Cool. All right, so that's what we should probably do next.
So it is. It's a little late, but I mean, the well stays open. It's a gambling establishment.
Up to you guys. You guys want to sleep?
I sleep. No, I mean, I've got silver. I don't really need to sleep.
By sleep, you mean fall unconscious in the gutter with a bottle in my hand.
I will say, all of you, sitting around this table, you can take a short rest.
Oh, okay, nice.
Woo!
It gives you my curse back.
There you go.
And if you have hit dice to spend, you can spend it. But I think Zindlane was the only one that actually
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get my hit points. I'm gonna get my temporary hit point. I'm gonna build up my temporary hit points.
I still
I'm-
haven't recovered from our last encounter.
I haven't
Okay.
either.
Then you get to take a breather then.
Yeah, take a breather. Speaking of breathers, old man's got to use the restroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll take this opportunity real quick too. I drank a lot of coffee and water.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and pause our recording then. We're going to take a little break. All right, we're back from our break, and our heroes were just discussing at the moat house, the tavern, their next moves, and they were, I believe, leaning towards heading over to the well, which is the gambling establishment / library / shrine to Odin that is owned by Valkyrie Marley.
Yes.
Yeah, we gotta go get a coin.
Well, we gotta go ask about it.
I'm going to tuck away my
Gotta go ask a Valkyrie about a coin.
do my disguise thing and tuck away my Hermes stuff.
All right. So as you head over that direction, the streets are kind of filled with, people this late at night. There's a few, people that are, either passed out or staggering through the streets or various such things. Unless, of course, you avoid all of the lamps that have been lit and go into the shadowy alleys. But, that would be up to you if you wanted to take that route instead. But assuming that you do not.
I'm down for some shadowy alleys if everybody else wants to.
I think we want to stick to the light this time.
Oh.
Stay
I
in the
suppose.
light. So you get to the well, which is, the 3-story establishment where the stairs lead up to the second floor of the place. And what would you like to do?
Wasn't the well marked on that map?
Yes, there was a site near the well.
Yeah, the indicator if there's a seal around here too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lovely.
Which seal is it?
It's the only one we haven't gone looking for yet, isn't it?
It is, okay. So it's like the Dragon Trove or whatever. No, that's not it. Let me
No.
see. I got it here. It's the Watcher, the Book, the Spirit, the Dwarf's Vault, the Deep Tower of the Dragon Sword. Deep Tower, then, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I took notes.
Bravo, sir. Well played.
So yeah, near this location somewhere under the streets would be a location called the Tower, which has another of the seals.
Is Valkyrie Marley aware of this already?
No one has talked to her since they
All
Every
right.
time we come over here, she's not open and misadventure happens. We've
Yeah,
tried to
let's-
talk to her.
Let's hold that in our back pocket for the time being, but we'll announce ourselves and say we're here to see her.
All right, so you come up to the front door and you notice that Aragni, the tall, muscular woman that works as the bouncer here, got her hair, back in the elaborate braid, and she's standing here with her arms out and her fingerless gloves, and looks way down at Baro. Gambling or visiting the boss?
Yes?
Visiting the boss. We
I
can
mean,
gamble
visiting the
later,
boss.
Z.
And she motions over to someone else to come to the door, and she escorts you up the stairs. You do notice that for the first time since you have been here, the water is like close to the top of the well at this point. And
That doesn't look good.
all around in a circle around the well, there is incense burning because we need this place to smell nice.
Of course. And I'm sure that water is not up to snuff.
Well, I mean, it's
Up to sniff.
thankfully it's sewer water diluted with underground river water. So
Underground wibble wobble.
underground river water. So Aragni takes you upstairs, and you see Marley sitting on her throne-like seat as she looks down at all of the gambling tables and the well from the gap in the second-story railing. So, how's it going? Are you ready to return the book with its? Did you get it? You know, the pages to show up. Really excited to hear about this.
I'm sure you are.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we didn't get the book wet.
You didn't ask if the book was wet. She asked if people could read the book.
she looks. She's like, that's a very rare book. Are you saying that you got it wet?
No, I said we didn't get it wet. It's safe.
But I didn't
Really?
ask you if it got wet.
Well, you didn't?
So that would make me think that you were defensively telling me that it didn't get wet.
Well, it didn't get wet, so congratulations.
You know,
I mean, let me put it this way. If I were to say, hey, are you bringing the book back to me because you're done with it? And you were to say, I didn't set it on fire, I would be reasonably...
We didn't set it on fire either.
kind of splitting hairs at the moment, so let's just focus on the important piece, which is that my astute friends here have managed to get the book readable.
Aha. So
And have located.
still using it,
Yes, we are still using it.
but you have the blank pages that are now showing up. So when it returns to my collection, it's more valuable, correct?
I would expect so, yeah.
All right. That's all I was asking.
And speaking of making your collection more valuable, we need to make an arrangement.
And her eyebrow like arches way up. And
It seems, long story short, don't want to bore you with all of the details, most of which I don't have because I wasn't there. But there appears to be a seal that we need to go check out, which is guarded by a dragon. And that dragon's missing a coin from its hoard, and you've got it.
And for a second, she sits there and she goes, that wouldn't be in this ward. And then she looks at you and says, what did this dragon look like?
I proceed to describe it in detail.
And she sits there and goes, no, that's not the one I'm thinking of.
Wait, what?
All right, then.
Where there are other dragons in the city, in the water?
You don't need to worry about it.
She says I don't need to worry about it.
I mean, they're not coming to get you, Z.
Usually
Yeah.
you don't need to worry about dragons. If they're going to kill you, they're going to kill you. There's no worrying involved.
Yeah, but this one talked to me.
Well, yes, we are negotiating with it.
I suppose.
So this dragon wanted something back from its hoard?
Apparently, there's a coin, and you have it.
Oh, the coin.
Oh, the coin. Yes.
And she walks over to the back of her library where there is this box on a pedestal. And she pulls out multiple keys. There's 3 locks on this thing. And she opens it up and holds up this platinum coin. And she goes, this was passed on to me from another member of the House of Odin. It's sacred. If I'm about to do something extremely important, I have to flip this coin and see the portent of what is about to go on. I couldn't possibly give this up.
Okay, let me see if I can sum this up for you. Bad guys open seals, we all die.
I understand that, but who is going to get the key from me? And she looks over at Arachne as she's like, flexing. I have to say, I think this seal that you're talking about is pretty safe. Between a dragon and needing this coin to get past him, I mean...
But we don't know if somebody's already been past him.
Like your friend from Odin. I mean, if the key came from the dragon's horde, I like...
this is a sacred relic. I don't know that that I can trust anyone else to hold this that isn't a member of the House of Odin. Is there anything else going on? And she's
how hard
she's
is
like
it to-
clutching the coin like in her hand at the moment.
How hard is it to be a member of the House of Odin?
Well, if you're not devoted to the secret knowledge of the one-eyed god, I don't know that I can just, trust you to invest yourself. It is a deep process of sacrifice and seeking hidden knowledge, and then using that knowledge to create order and better, greater well-being for all of the other people.
I subtly roll my eyes.
But, so... Do you really want to be on a dragon's bad side?
Did he say he was coming up here if we didn't hand him the coin?
Well, I mean, you know what happens when you lose something. First, you ask the people around you to, like, if they've seen it and if they could get it for you. And then you go through the paths of resistance. I mean, you work with this city. You know how bureaucracy works. You know how the strings are pulled. First, you ask the minions to do it, and then if they don't do it right, then you got to do it yourself. So, I mean, like, I don't think you really want this dragon trying to do it himself, herself, itself. I don't know.
Anybody that's like listening to this conversation, you can make an insight check.
Why not?
Myself included?
Yeah.
Well, that's no good.
Yeah, 8.
21.
I have a +3 to insight. Just letting you know. I have a +3 to insight. And half the time I don't see shit. I don't know shit. I don't understand shit. And I got an 8.
I made a character that was really good at lying once, except he was never good at lying.
Welcome to D&D.
Yeah.
So I had my luck of the barge folk finally. I rolled a 1, so I re-rolled it and got a 12.
All right. So Morgan, you're picking up. She is not reasonably concerned about this coin. Like, there's something like irrationally keeping her attached to this coin. Like, you might even guess that maybe there's something about the coin itself that is keeping her attached to it.
Yes.
So she doesn't seem moved by my argument.
No. She's like, but I mean, I'm still more than willing to help all of you with this situation. This coin, I just couldn't part with it. And
Well,
you
why
notice,
don't you
like,
flip
ever since she touched it, now she's like, holding it like closer to herself.
Uh-huh.
Is it precious to you?
Why don't you flip the coin to figure it out?
Ooh.
And she's holding it. She turns her back on you and walks about 10 steps away, and you hear her say, "Should I give up this coin for the greater good?" And she flips it, and when she catches it and puts it down, she goes, No, I shouldn't give up the coin.
Well, if the coin said so.
Is she talking to the coin?
No, I mean, she asked it a question when she flipped it.
Is the coin talking back to her?
You don't
I mean,
know.
By
She's-
its face, you know. I mean,
Mhm.
if you consider that talking.
Yeah, you haven't gotten close enough to even see what's on it. You can tell it's a platinum coin, but you haven't seen, what's on either side of the coin.
I want to try to sneak forward and get a closer look.
All right. Give me a I will say, depending on how you approach it, it's either going to be stealth or deception.
I want to make it be like I'm going to go try to look at a book and just kind of like get a glance on the coin. Like I'm absolutely not going to go look at this coin. I'm going to go look at this book, but I'm really looking for the coin.
I'd say that's more of a stealth check then.
Stealth? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, 14.
So you start looking over her shoulder, and she kind of like grips it closer and says, "Can I help you with something?"
Oh, I was just looking at this book right here. Can I see this book too? You have some really interesting books.
Yes. Just don't get them wet.
I'm very careful with books.
Is there anything else I can help you with? I promise you I will keep this coin safe. No one else is going to be getting past that dragon as long as I have this coin.
All right, we'll table that one for now.
If it makes you feel any better, and she holds the coin and she says, "Will anyone get past the dragon if they don't have this coin?" And she flips it and she puts it down. She goes, "No one else is going to get past the dragon unless they have this coin."
Roll my eyes again.
Okay, then. Would you like to know about the other seal that's right near your building here?
That would be a development I would like to hear about.
Yeah.
So there's like apparently these names are a little more literal than we thought because Dragon's Vault has an actual dragon. So, are there any towers near here?
There's not any towers in the district, but Avalon's an ancient place and things get built over all the time. So, I mean, there might have been a tower here at one point in time.
I mean, if you think about it, this is the well.
Yes.
If you were down at the bottom, there would be a tower.
That is entirely possible.
I nod. That was my thinking.
Yeah. Funny how that works, huh? So,
Oh.
yeah. See, light bulb moment. Z's got it. So, it could very well be that there's another seal directly below us.
Huh. That is interesting. Whew.
I want to look down the well. So what's down there anyway?
Water.
Water.
And then, so they will say water, and then Aragni looks over your shoulder and says, "Your coat."
My,
The first time you visited, she threw your coat down there.
oh, right.
It didn't float back up to the top with the water?
I love that coat.
It's clogged up some pipe. That's why it's all
Yeah.
full right now.
And she goes, "Man, we're going into flood season. It's going to be really hard to travel down there. I don't suppose
Does flood season normally smell so much like river?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you? I don't suppose." And she's saying this half jokingly. I don't suppose any of you are particularly good at breathing underwater.
No.
I wonder. I managed to do a 3-point deal a few weeks ago to get the excavators to clear this the one site so you could get me the information from our rightfully claimed vault. She says, as she is referring to the the Guild of Extortioners vault that she had you raid. I wonder if
That now has a dragon in it, right?
Yes.
Right. I was making sure.
So, yes, that's the location. You were very close to this dragon when you recovered the Extortioners Guild notes from that vault. The dragon was almost roommates with that ghoul.
Oh god, that would have been fun.
I wonder if I could talk to Grandmother Shark about getting a permit to let the excavators try and pump out this area. I'm not sure how hard it would be just to clear this particular region, but I'd need to get her okay just to have them even assess that. Let me start working on the logistics of that. I will definitely keep in contact with you once I figure out what's going on with that. Is there anything else that I can help with at the moment?
I don't think so.
I got another.
All right, so I will definitely work on trying to get this. It's a very interesting idea. This might have been a tower. Yeah, we could be sitting on something very important here. Well, I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. I'd hate to have something supernatural show up and wreck my place. And also, cause the world to end.
You mean you don't regularly check what's at the bottom of your hole in your place?
Well, you go down far enough and there's water. And it's a well.
I see.
All right,
Seems
don't
a
lose that coin.
Seems like a
Where'd it
security. Seems like a security risk.
And she's like gripping the coin tight as soon as you say, don't lose that coin. Like reflexively, all of a sudden her fist just clenches around it.
You might want to lock that back up in the box.
Oh, yes. And she walks back over to the box and sets it down and lock. All right, then. Also, what is Morgan's passive perception again? I'm sorry.
19.
You notice after she locks all three of the locks, she also runs her fingers along the outside of the box in a very specific pattern. Make of that what you will.
All right, then.
So what would all of you like to do? She goes, you're welcome to stay and buy some drinks and gamble if you want.
Yes, yeah, I want to gamble.
Or Agni looks at you and goes, you might win a new coat.
Wait. What kind of coat?
It was a joke.
Do you still have my coat?
No, I don't.
You did you swam down to that well and you got my coat?
It wasn't
You've got enough coin to buy a new coat.
But I want my coat. That coat was special.
Was it precious?
It was precious. It was precious to me.
Oh goodness. So does anyone want to gamble?
Yeah, I want to gamble.
Okay. I am just going to do this as a quick resolution thing because I don't figure out odds and try and get too deep into the woods with this. So I will double your money if you can make a gambling check. There are, it is a tool proficiency to be proficient with certain games or cards.
Mm.
So that would apply if you wanted to do that.
They got any dice games going on?
Do they have any bluff games going on?
Well, I would let you attempt to. Well, yeah, I will throw that out there. I will let you use deception for a game if you want.
Mm-hmm.
I'd also let you use sleight of hand, but if you get busted using sleight of hand, there are consequences for that.
No, I want to use deception.
Might be worse than getting the book wet.
We
So-
never got the book wet.
How much is Zindlane wagering here?
100 silver.
All right. Give me your deception check. And we'll see how this goes.
Oh, 24.
Oh, jeez. Zindlane, you have 200 silver now. Now, granted, this is a process that is taking like over an hour of playing cards, but while Zindlane is doing that, is anyone else gambling? Garlan, were you looking for a dice game?
No, I'm pragmatic with my coin.
Baro might be having a drink and watching Zindlane play.
I fully expected to lose all the silver that I just got like 20 minutes ago.
Well, and I'm also picturing like your patron is in your head saying stuff like, I feel like that's a good hand. You should hang on to that.
And I'm not listening to him because he doesn't know how to play this noble game.
Yeah, he's like going by the odds and like, you know, counting cards in his head, and you're just
Yeah.
like,
He's
nope.
he's data.
Yeah.
You never play the hand. You play your opponent.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what about Morgan? Is she doing anything specific while this gambling is going on? Like, you see Zindlane just kind of recklessly succeeding here.
So, being that it's an establishment of the Church of Odin, I don't feel terribly comfortable hanging out here. I'm pretty sure of my disguise capabilities and everything, but I'm kind of like, it's not my thing. It's not my people. I'm gonna wander outside.
Okay. So yeah, you get outside, and I would say normally outside at this time of night it would be more refreshing, but it is kind of staggeringly humid because of all of the river water kind of backing up and starting to flood out into the streets now. So the streets aren't flooded, but there are definitely some back alleys that are starting to have some water, you know, pooling around them. So pretty soon some of these streets are going to be inaccessible for a while until the river recesses.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All right, Zindlane, are you going to, after you spend an hour making back that extra 100 silver, are you going to call it a night, or are you going to keep going?
I'm gonna buy 100 silver worth bottle of wine.
I'm gonna say as much as they would like to take 100, it's still where it is. They have some expensive stuff, but not like you could get in the Nobles Quarter. So
Okay.
at most you can get a single bottle that's worth 25.
Okay, I'm gonna buy a 25 silver bottle of wine.
It's like some of the best stuff you could actually find
Yeah.
in this district here. So I am going to say, since Morgan is outside, let me look this up for a moment. See if this is outside of your ridiculous perception check.
Don't forget, as long as I'm conscious, I can't be surprised either.
Yes. Has a handy ability. Handy tip, when you look up a monster book and you type in the word soul, there is a lot of entries.
Mm.
There we go. So, ooh, good. It's actually good at this. Okay, so what is your passive perception?
19.
So, at the very least, you just barely see this thing coming around the corner. It's almost like it's instinctively staying in your blind spot. But you see this thing that looks almost like a pulsing blue brain with red eyes in it. And it's got 2 clawed arms and 6 like crab legs hanging under it, and it's hovering above the ground.
Don't like that. I'm going back in.
So the also I will say that you can hear it whisper a name, and it says Garlan as it is hovering.
Damn it!
Liv watching the realization just cross Bob's face there.
Yeah, this is the thing that's been like, it hasn't tracked down Garland so far because it keeps finding Garland bugs.
This thing wants me. Let it have me.
So Morgan, do you head back in?
Yeah, I'm gonna go find Garland.
Okay.
There's a blue brain thing outside, and
What now?
blue brain hovering above the ground. It's got like claws and red eyes, and it said your name.
Oh God, is it one of my bug buddies?
Didn't look like a bug to me. I don't know what that looked like.
It called my name?
It sure did.
We're gonna get this over with. I bust out the door.
So you see this thing, and again, it's like a giant blue pulsing brain with red eyes all over it, and it's got like these 6 crab legs underneath it and 2 claws, and then in the front there's like these 2 mandibles sticking out in the front.
I mean, as you have. I mean,
And it kind of like suddenly perks up and is like, Garland? And there's almost like a question mark at the end of it, because you haven't seen it, but this poor thing has been chasing down Garlands all over this district.
I'm Garland. Who the hell are you, and why do you care?
And it starts speaking, and I'm going to assume you don't speak Infernal.
You're pretty close, yeah.
Baro sighs, kind of slides down from whatever bar stool he was sitting on, and is like, I better go follow him. Walks out the door, looks at that thing, and goes, oh God, what is that thing?
I would let anyone make either a religion or an arcana check if they wanted to.
I'm just going to straight up sit and say Baro does not know what the hell this thing is.
Oh,
Hey, just because I got a +0 doesn't mean I shouldn't roll, right?
Yeah.
Joy is a 5th edition.
9.
Yeah, none of you particularly have. This is not exactly a common thing where it would pop into your head easily what it is. So, Zindlane, did you leave the table to come out and see what Garland was going to go confront?
No, I'm like
Yeah.
halfway through this bottle of wine.
Hey, Yaki, talkie face, brain thing, whatever you're doing there. I don't speak Russian.
And it shrugs as much as it can without shoulders, and then starts advancing on you menacingly.
Ding.
And Zindlane, you notice inside the place, as people see this going on outside the windows, they start taking bets on this.
Oh, I go over to like make a bet, and then I realize that this is my friend, and I I hand the bottle back to the bartender and say, "Please save this for me," and then I run outside, staggering a little bit.
All right. So, first things first. Zindlane, would you like to give me an Arcana check?
Sure. -1. I rolled a 20. So 19. Natural 20.
Goodness. So you did roll high enough to get a general impression of what this thing is. You've heard of this because your friend in your head talks about random disturbing things all the time.
Uh-huh.
This is a soul eater.
I thought you were making that up.
No, there are things that eat souls. There are literally things that eat souls.
But I have one of those.
Oh, yes.
Well, I'm going to make it eat an axe.
If you want. Soul eaters are usually only appearing on this plane of existence when a caster sends them to assassinate a specific person.
Garlan, get out! It's a soul eater.
It's a what now?
And as I come stumbling forward with my axe out.
And the voice in your head says, but the good news is if you defeat it without destroying it, it has to go back and kill the caster that summoned it.
We just need to make it submit.
Make it submit?
Uh-huh.
Also,
the ultimate revenge.
Also, if it incapacitates you, it literally does eat your soul.
Don't let it submit you, though.
So in game terms, if you're dropped to 0 hit points by this thing, it eats your soul.
Hey Z, it was speaking gibberish. You speak gibberish.
What did it say?
I don't know. It was gibberish.
Well, you know what? Being dropped to 0, that's not a problem for me. So, come on, let's go.
Out of curiosity, does Zindlane understand Infernal?
I do not.
Okay. So, I mean, you might have a translator, but it's not going to be real-time information then.
Okay.
All right.
I don't think I do. No, I speak Celestial.
I'm...
Okay. Talk to the angel.
That may come up later, yeah. So, Zindlane, I'm going to say you see this up on the landing as they start betting on it. So, it's going to take you around to get down to everybody else.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But everyone else is going to be down there. If you would all please give me an initiative roll, I would appreciate it.
Everybody? Okay.
17.
15.
3.
I got a 25.
Nice. And let's see what our floating brain demon got. Huh, got an 8. Not that impressive.
I'm already bored with you. You can't even get a good initiative.
Oh, so like at the beginning of combat, I'm at the top of the. I'm like on a fucking balcony.
Yeah.
Cool.
Your first next round.
What was who got the 17? I'm sorry, I wrote down the numbers and then
I had 17.
okay. And who got the 15?
That was me.
Okay. What did Zindlane get again?
3.
Okay. And then what was Baro got 25. Gotcha. Okay.
Excuse me.
All right. So this creature is moving in towards Garlan. Baro, you're about 10 feet away from it. Would you like to do anything to it?
Yeah, I'm going to go all in, dual short swords, and I'm going to slash at that ugly thing.
Okay.
First attack will be a 14.
That misses. It bounces off its crab-like hide. You gotta aim for the brain part.
Not much better, 11.
Yeah, this thing is just creeping you out too much to get a good angle to stab it.
And let's see, so it was 10 feet. I'm going to move back 15 feet.
Okay. Yeah, it's not even like using the legs for anything. They just keep moving.
Hang
like-
Yeah.
It's
that's not
creepy.
creepy.
Garlan, you also are about 10 feet away from this thing. What would you like to do?
Oh, I step into it with my sword.
Okay.
Suck it, son. Natural 20 for a
All
24.
right. That will hit
Yeah.
and is also a crit.
That is a crit. Now all kinds of shit happens.
See, he hit it in the brain part.
It gets a D8 plus 2 plus one of my racial traits, one of my they need to change that. One of my
Yes.
species traits. If I crit with a melee weapon attack, I get to roll one of the weapon's damage dice again and add it
Nice.
to the crit damage.
Nice.
Wow.
So whatever the normal crit does, which is twice, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's double the dice.
All right, so let's roll that. Oh, look at that. So that is a grand total of 17, plus I get to roll the damage die again and add it. That's a grand total of 24.
Nice.
Damage. Wow.
Nice.
It's good to crit.
So you sink your sword into its pulsating blue brain and splatter some of the red eyes in it and cleave it halfway down. But as you do this, you feel that the sword is not as effective as it normally would be. It definitely harmed it, but it is not as effective as it would normally be.
Yes.
So, and it is not bloodied yet. All right. So, Morgan.
Yeah. Eat that. There's plenty more where that came from.
What would you like to do?
So, I'm having a dilemma. Because I'm coming up in here in disguise, right? And if I start casting spells, they're probably going to realize I'm a cleric. But this whole soul devouring thing is not kosher.
Yeah, that ain't happening on your watch, right?
So I guess I'm going to take the risk with the Valkyrie and her people. And, dog.
I am lapdog mama.
No, the squeaker one. Always, thank you. Squeaker has been confiscated. I am going to cast Sacred Flame on it.
All right. Well, wow, it's got a much better dexterity than a crocodile. 15.
Just barely makes it.
So
At least it was a cantrip.
it kind of feels this holy energy building and like darts out of the way before it flares up. All right, so that means we are now at the Soul Eater's turn.
But I am staying out of the way. I am definitely...
All right, so claw number 1 gets a 19 to hit. Does that hit Garland?
Yes. Yes, it does.
All right, so the first claw tears into you. Wow, that was not a good roll on my part, but it's good for you. That is 8 points of damage, slashing damage from that claw. And please, please give me a Constitution save.
I'm good at those. Until I roll a 1.
Inspiration?
Yes. Yes, that inspiration will go bye-bye. Bye-bye.
All right.
Let's roll that again. Ah, much better. A 16 for a total of 20.
All right. So, you take 1 additional psychic damage with making that save. I know
Right
it's
then.
weird because it has you make a Constitution save for psychic damage. It's kind of strange.
That
is
bothers me on a very deep level.
very
Yeah.
strange. I mean, I'll take it because I'm
Talk to
proficient
Kobold Press.
at Constitution saves. So yeah, and had it been like a Wisdom save, I'd have been like, nah.
And does a 20 hit you with its other claw?
Yes.
All right. Wow, I am not rolling high for damage at all. So that
He's a
is
wuss.
10 points of slashing damage. And please give me another con save. Basically, what you're feeling with the psychic damage is that your doom is here. Like, as much as you don't want to believe it, every time you take that psychic damage, it's like making you feel that.
This time I only got a 12.
Oh, so you take 5 additional psychic damage.
Is that the best you got?
So that was the Soul Eater's turn. Zindlane, you can make it down off the balcony to your friends at this point. And
I want to jump off the balcony with the axe first.
You know what? I will let you do that on your regular turn as long as you are willing to potentially take the falling damage.
Yep.
Okay. So yes.
Acrobatics check.
Yep.
So if I take falling damage, I still get to attack, right?
Yes.
Okay.
We're just seeing how much falling damage.
10.
Okay. God, you take 9 points of bludgeoning damage as you
Ouch.
like come down hard. You try and do the superhero landing, and your
Yeah.
knee makes contact first.
Ouch. That hurts.
You guys are
Okay.
killing me. I've only got 2 spell slots, guys.
All right. But I attack.
All right.
And I use my curse.
Okay.
So I get +2 to damage if I hit it. I rolled a 10. What's 10 plus 6 is 16.
That will hit.
Sweet. And
I have a question for you that has nothing to do with this combat.
does my weapon count as a magical weapon?
Yes.
It's a good question. I'm just checking that right now.
Is it your pack blade?
It is my packed blade, yes.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm familiar with warlocks.
It's just like, I probably should check that, huh? Okay, so I do +2 damage. So I roll this. Where's that? 5 plus 6. 11 damage.
All
So I
right.
get +4 my normal attack, and I get +2 for the curse. So,
Okay.
and there's not another enemy around, right?
Not unless you want to like set fire to one of your allies.
I want to set fire to something.
All right.
So
So
let that go.
Baro, Garlan, and Zindlane are right next to this thing, and Zindlane just made a really, really impressive jump off the balcony that is only partially marred by the look of pain on his face when he came down hard on his knee. I'm gonna feel that.
Feel that in the morning.
All right, who's up?
Baro.
Oh, yep. Okay, so I'm gonna go in, dashing back into the fray with my blades a swinging, attempting to parry at the claws and stuff as I make my own slashes.
All right.
So first attack, that would be an 11 plus a 5, so 16 to hit.
That will hit.
Dead air. Dead air.
Okay. So I only hit with 1, and I rolled 7 for regular damage, and I'm about to do my sneak attack.
Okay.
And that will be an extra 7 for sneak attack.
All right. So again, like you finally, you shove into that spot between the the crab-looking part and the brain-looking part, and you kind of like shift the sword around, and you know it should be tearing up more things than it is. You still got a good chunk of damage in there, but it's resisting your sword a little bit more than you would expect.
And then I'll move back 10 feet as well.
All right.
Garlan.
Garlan.
Stick and move.
What would you like to do, Garlan?
I'm going to stab the hell out of it again.
All right.
But first.
You're going to stab him butt first?
Yes, but first.
Sorry.
I'm going to activate Fighting Spirit and give myself advantage on my weapon attack rolls and 5 points of temporary hit points.
Nice. It's a good time to use that when a summoned fiend is trying to kill you.
Yeah. Probably should have done that last round. Oh, good thing I had advantage. That's a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
And it's going to take... Ooh, nice. That will be 10 points of damage.
All right.
Yeah.
And you solidly hit it, and your sword kind of gets a little stuck, and then you pull it back out. Morgan, what would you like to do?
Garlan, how you looking?
Yeah, I mean, if it wailed on me again like it did last time, I might be kind of crying, but...
So you think you can take another round?
Sure.
Roll the dice, as it were. All right, I'm going to try to... Ugh. Let me look at this. I'm going to change tactics. I will cast Word of Radiance this time, which is a Constitution save.
Ah.
And this one really outs me because there is a verbal component to this one.
So, it gets a 4 because its con save is not nearly as good as its dex save.
Woohoo! Okay. Oh, I need a different die. I'm going to use that one. Oh. Well, it takes 1 point of radiant damage.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Oh. So it like is transfixed by your spell for a second, and then there's like this poof, and then it keeps moving.
I tried. I'm sorry.
All right, so it is normally completely fixated on Garland, but Zindlane is a threat, so it's going to reach out with one claw towards Zindlane as well.
Oh.
So Zindlane, does a 17 hit you?
Yep.
All right, so Zindlane, you take 12 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
And please give me a Constitution save.
I am definitely bloody. Con save. 16.
Okay. And you take an additional 2 points of psychic damage as you get this feeling that your soul is literally being sucked out of your body as this claw hits you.
How does my shadow friend react to that damage being taken?
He's like, it's weird. You're being hit in parts of yourself that I don't think I have.
So not really reacting. Got it.
Yeah.
Nice work drawing its fire, Z.
And the other claw.
Ouch.
Does a 15 hit Garland?
No.
Ah. So it was so distracted by Zindlane that its other claw does not manage to get a good grip on Garland this time.
That's right. You whiffed. Take that back to your master.
Zindlane, what would you like to do now?
You can back off if you want. You can pew pew.
Can I back off and not? Attack
If you
from
use your action to withdraw, you can, but then you use your action to do it.
How much damage did that thing just do to me?
Don't be a hero.
I think I'm gonna back off.
Okay.
And like just kind of take a strategic strategic retreat.
Okay.
And say, "Ow!"
So you
Garland, be careful! It's gonna eat your soul.
Don't worry about my soul. It's already spoken for.
If we subdue it, it'll go kill the caster, though.
Noted.
Baro, it is your turn again. I'm glad Zindlane said that out loud instead of just having it in his head.
All right. So we needed to subdue it, right?
All that means, because this is 5e,
Yeah.
is when it gets reduced to 0, that last blow, you decide, I didn't kill it.
Right.
Unless the last blow is a spell or a ranged attack, in which case, But
Okay.
yeah, if it's a melee attack, you can just say that you didn't intend to kill it and it's not dead.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go. See, now I unmuted myself, or I muted myself instead of unmuting. Okay, so I'm gonna run in and do my thing with my slash again.
All right.
Using this die now. That would be a 21 to hit.
That will definitely hit. And you have a friend right next to you.
Yep. Shoot, and that one's another 8. So my second slice is not happening. So I'm going to go ahead and roll all 3 of my d6s at once. So that'd be 6, 8, plus the 3, so 11 damage.
All right.
And then I am going to jump back.
Okay. Garlan, what would you like to do? You are alone right next to this thing. I mean, all your friends are still on the street, but they're all like
Yeah, that's fine.
10 feet away from you at the moment.
Oh, hell, that's actually not a... Oh, man. That was dumb. Should have done that last time. Okay, first, I'm going to activate Fighting Spirit again. Because I can do that
Okay.
multiple times. And then I will get on with the stabbies. Fuck it, son.
Did you get another crit?
I got another crit.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. So that is...
It's almost like your life depends on this fight.
That is 16 more.
Nice. And
How's it feel?
It is bloodied at this point.
I action surge.
Wow.
Blood and water.
22 to hit
That will hit.
for 10 more.
Okay. All right, that was Garland's turn.
Yeah, you
Morgan.
felt that, didn't you? You freaking lazy brain monster piece of crap.
And unfortunately, you can't decide to retreat because it's specifically been sent to eat your soul. All right, so what would Morgan like to do?
I'm gonna do Word of Radiance again.
All right. It once again got a 4 on its con save.
Booyah.
And the thing about this one, so I like say the trigger word and Radiance bursts from me because it's an AoE.
Ah,
So like I'm totally outing myself here.
Oh no.
But I would rather risk that than
A big neon sign with one of those Hermes.
oh, that's another one.
Oh my gosh.
All right, you need to punish
It's okay.
that die.
No, that was a different die too. Where's my die bag?
You have inspiration still, don't you?
Can I do inspiration on damage?
Not normally, but
Yeah.
I will let you though. If you want to
Okay.
spend your inspiration on that, I will
Yeah.
let you do that.
Because that's just sad.
Yes, it is. If you're going to like do this big reveal after being disguised, you might as well get something for it.
That one's a 6.
There
That's
we go.
better.
Yay.
It's radiant damage.
Okay, it felt all of that then. Okay, so that was Morgan. It's back to its turn, and unfortunately, no one else is near it. So Garlan, it's
Bring
bearing
it
down on you. All right, so that is 19 to hit.
Yep.
Okay, so 13 points of slashing damage. And please make me a con save.
Ouch, bro.
Just need you to make it through this round, and I'll get you.
Oh, 12.
All right. And ooh, that's another 10 psychic damage.
Okay.
Ooh, not good.
This is where we put his thing to the test. I had 9 hit points when you did 10, which for him would mean that he sucks my soul.
Well,
Right?
technically, but how does your thing trigger?
When I am reduced to 0 but not killed,
Mm-hmm.
I stop at 1 hit point instead.
I'm going to say that
Technically, I'm
triggers
not at 0.
first. Yes, I'm going to say that triggers first. So you are at 1 instead.
I am at 1.
And its follow-up attack, which it could have made, it got a 14.
Woo!
So, Garland, you narrowly escaped having your soul eaten there. Zindlane, what would you like to do? You are 15 feet away from it at the moment.
Oh my god. I was going to give myself some hit points, but I'm just going to run forward and attack it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about hit points right now. I got you.
Okay.
I have an AoE heal.
But that's not good.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I got a 14. I'm going to spend my inspiration.
Okay.
I don't think a 14 will hit it.
Not by previous evidence in this combat.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
So Zindlane charges back in valiantly and hits the crab-like exterior.
Consult limb loss subtable.
All right. Baro, what would you like to do?
All right, so this is looking a little bit more dire. Hopefully that gives him a little bit more boost in his attack. So I'm going to go in, running in, slashing at him, and I'm going to stick around too, just to kind of try to draw its attention some as
Okay.
well. All right, so first attack. Oof, that's a 1, so I get to reroll that.
Yeah.
Nice.
If I can keep it on there, that's a 5. That doesn't do anything. And second hit is a 4. Wow, I'm really effective this time.
Well,
But
on the other hand, you definitely got in its face to get its attention by waving swords ineffectually.
so yeah, all right. But I am
and
gonna stick
technically
around this time.
it's not really ineffectual. It's just that, you know, the chitinous legs are slapping the things away before you can actually stick them anywhere useful.
This thing's tough.
Okay.
Slapping going on. Slap the shit out of this thing.
Garland.
Is it me again?
Yes, it is. Or no. Yeah. Baro, Garland, Morgan,
Why do I feel like that?
Soul Eaters in lane. No, it's you. You sound a little low now, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, every once in a while my mic does that with stuff. But yeah. So oh, there we go. Okay. First I will use my bonus action to
All
take
right.
a second wind.
That is probably a good idea at this point.
You think you've got me? Nice. That's 10 more points added to my... All
10
right.
more points between you and getting your soul eaten.
Damn Skippy. Okay. And now I'm going to get on it. I'm going to hurt it. Oh! 16?
Yes, that
Yes.
just hits it.
Wow.
12 points.
All right. It's getting down there. Morgan, what would you like to do?
Alrighty, so I am going to cast Prayer of Healing, which heals up to 6 creatures of my choice. 2d8 plus 4. So
Nice.
anybody who needs healing, get ready. 11 points.
All right.
So all of us get 11 points of health.
Well, that's nice. Still bloodied. Oh no, not bloodied anymore. Not bloodied. Not bloodied. No longer bloodied.
All right. Well, that was a good time to do that because now it is the Soul Eater's turn again. First, it is a little annoyed by Baro, so one claw is going to go after Baro. Wow. Does a 14 hit Baro?
So it's meter beat, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
So that would hit. However, I
you
can
get to use your
activate
parry.
my reaction.
Nice.
And yeah, basically parry the attack, and I gain +2 to my AC, so I have a 16. So he misses.
Nice.
It misses.
It was.
Wow.
I like that because last time it was parrying with its legs, and now you parried it back.
That's right. That's where it's at.
All right. So now, unfortunately, the other claw is still focused on Garlan because it's got a job to do. It's got a job to do. 16.
You got me.
Okay.
That's my number.
All right. So that is 10 points of slashing.
Und a con save.
And a con save.
Damn it.
No. Missed the con save?
9.
Did you already spend your inspiration?
Yes.
You're gonna have to go on a quest to get his soul back.
8 points of psychic damage.
Whatever.
See, here we thought we were going to be using the inspiration on the croc, but
So Garland's still alive.
Damn Skippy.
Still got your soul in place. All
This
right.
thing's going down.
Awesome. All right. So Soul Eater Zindlane.
Zindlane is going to try to axe it.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm going to. I'm just rethinking my life choices and melee weapons, but here comes the axe. Oh my god! I got a 10. I miss.
You're a striker, not a tank.
All right.
Striker,
Yeah, but I'm not
striker.
doing very good at striking at the moment. There.
And are you? Yeah, you spent your inspiration, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. Baro.
All right, I am going to go in. Well, I'm already in. Doing my slashes at it.
All right. Poke it. Poke it hard.
Yup. Stop rolling. 8 plus 5. 13 to hit.
No.
Does not. And then, oh, jeez. 8. So, yeah, we're just playing this
We're
game
all
of
just
dancing
flailing
around.
So, And Baro's spent his inspiration already.
No, I have not.
Ah.
I think this would be a good time to use that. To reroll one of those. Well, the second one, and that one's a 19.
This would be a really good time to roll good sneak attack damage on this thing.
Yeah, so let me roll my 3d6s. And that's not bad. 11, 14, and 3. So 17 damage total.
Ooh, nice. All right. It's looking in rough shape, even with doing the half damage there. Garlan, are you going to finish off the nemesis of your...
Damn right I am. I'm going to use my last fighting spirit. Give myself the 5 temporary hit points and advantage on the roll. Come on, baby. Big money, no whammy. Stop. 16 to hit.
Nice.
11 points.
All right. You slap into its brainy portion, and the blue splatters more than usual. Red eyes go rolling down the street, and the... well, no. Actually, let me revise that. Garlan, do you intend to kill it?
I do not. I send it back on its asshole master.
All right, so instead you just poke it really hard, and the creature, like, moves back from you. And you get the feeling that the red eyes and the brain are looking you over, and the whole body kind of tilts like it's nodding to you, and it turns around and leaves.
Oh my god.
Now, none of you see this, but we cut to the scene of a bedraggled person in robes going through his books and talking to someone else in his apartment, saying, I know, I mean, when you're as powerful as I am and you have to work as a hired assassin for the Extortioners Guild, it's ridiculous. Really, someone of my talent should be able to handle much better jobs than this. And the person he's talking to, their jaw just kind of drops as the Soul Eater hovers into the window behind him. And he just keeps going on. It's like, and the Extortioners Guild doesn't even really appreciate me. I mean, I would have done a lot better not being an enforcer for the Extortioners Guild if I just literally worked directly for one of the Assassins Guilds. And the thing just floats up behind him. And, some days I don't even know why I try. And at this point, like, the claws come around the front of his neck and just tear it up.
Wow.
Yeah, take that.
So Garlan doesn't know this, but Bob knows this, that the Extortioners Guild hired the this wizard to send that Soul Eater after you because of not roughing up John's character any worse than you did, and also because you were involved in stealing stuff from their vault and giving it to the House of Odin.
So I made a mistake.
Oh, no.
I made a noob cleric mistake. Prayer of Healing is a ceremony or a ritual.
That's okay, though, because I'm not going to rewind time and change that fight.
In any event, Garland drops to one knee, coughs up some blood, and goes, oh, crap. I thought he had me.
And also, because that is a threat from your backstory, please give yourself inspiration again.
Woo! Okay.
And then you see, like, a bunch of people, most of the people, unfortunately, betting against you, and the few people that bet for you are suddenly really happy that you prevailed there.
Oh man, I forgot to put a bet down.
You could have been a rich man. All right, then. I need some rest.
Is this the point in the evening where people want to take a break? All right, so I'm going to say all of you can head back to your respective homes. So Garlan has his boarding house, and Zindlane has his alley. Baro has his attic.
Well, I'm buying a room at an inn tonight. I got some silvers.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna
Also,
sleep in a-
sleeping
sleep
on
in a
the
fancy
street with
bed.
that many silvers would probably be bad anyway.
Yeah. No
Yeah,
more
you
sleeping
would
on
wake
the
up without him.
no more sleeping on the street until I run out of the silver.
So yeah, there's not like a lot of nice inns, but there are like boarding houses that have shorter term rentals. So yeah, you can get an actual room for the night. And of course, Morgan can stay at her local temple.
I'm gonna place an order for some silk sheets.
And they graciously reward you with non-stained sheets.
Yeah. No, I mean like I want to send a courier off to get me some silk
Oh,
sheets.
okay.
Like, flag down one of Baro's friends.
Oh man! So it is only going to it's only going to cost you a single silver to get this room. But if you want to send for the silk sheets, they're going to have to look a little bit, and you might have to stay up kind of late for this.
That's fine.
So
It'll be worth it.
I'm going to say silk in this district. It's probably going to cost you an extra five silver to have
silver?
someone track that down.
It'll be worth it. So I'm gonna bundle up the clean, scratchy sheets that they gave me, and like put them over the window, so that I get to sleep in. Assuming there's a window.
And then you hear the voice in your head saying, "Ah, yes, enjoy the decadence. You have earned it because you will be my vessel for remaking the world
Yes.
and friend and partner."
Yes. Saving the world.
Remaking the world to
I
my
love you too,
specifications.
friend. Working together.
Oh goodness! I love Zindlane's selective hearing in his own head.
All right, 6
so-
silver.
Everyone is going to get a night to rest, but Morgan, when you first get home to the church, there is where did he go? Ah, yes. There is a woman that is recently new to this area, and it is Curate Malgorna. And as you come in, she looks at you and says, "It is so good to see you back home. I needed to talk to you about a few things."
I suppose now's as good a time as any.
Yeah, you look like you've had a rough night.
It's been a little exciting.
This is kind of a rough district. As you know, some of the churches in the other district sent me along here to help your church with the challenges that it has in this particular region. And because you work so closely with them, I think that it is worth noting that this particular neighborhood we barely break even with the couriers. And I'm thinking that if we were to sell the orphanage to some of the locals to manage, the children might actually generate more revenue for us if they were sublet out to other organizations.
Well, I'm not terribly worried about that. Would the children benefit?
I mean, I can't see how they could be in any worse shape in this district.
Can we...
And Malgorna is definitely not from this part of Avalon.
So, hypothetically, if this were to happen, can we confirm that the children at the orphanage would be better taken care of?
I mean, there's no absolutes in life, but we could definitely ask for assurances before we made any permanent deals. It's just, in other parts of the district, I realize that being messengers is very, very important to our Lord Hermes, and that's, the dissemination and collection of information
Get out of there.
is very important to our church, but also in various parts of Avalon, our church has definitely become associated with mercantilism. And as we are bringing in more faithful that understand that we can be trusted and could perhaps even start our own banking system, perhaps, we need to be able to show profitability.
Uh-huh.
Go. I realize you've had a long night. Go get some rest and think on this.
Uh-huh.
And if you look, like, she has all kinds of books, like running numbers to see how much money she could get if, the orphanage was sending kids out to work as, to work under different, like for different alchemists, or like hunting down rats for the, the rat catchers, and all these different, really crappy tasks that, they could be performing. But she's got like all of these, amounts circled where the profits are going up by multiples. And so this doesn't seem like a light suggestion on her part. This seems like this is probably what she had in mind when she showed up to help your church.
Mm-hmm. She can go help somebody else.
So, if anyone else has anything they want to do other than that, I will say that you get your long rest in. And remember, we're going to do...
That's good. I needed that.
we're doing the slow natural healing, so you get back half of your hit dice, but you don't automatically get all your hit points back.
Half of my hit dice, so I get back
Half of your hit dice.
Mm-hmm. So, like, if you're 4th level, you get 2 hit dice back.
So I can
Right.
roll 2d8.
But
Right.
nothing happens to your hit points at all.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
when you first wake up, you could spend those hit dice to give you back hit points, but you don't automatically get hit points back.
So if I've only spent 1 hit dice, can I spend 1 hit dice before I go to bed?
Yeah.
And then how is it affecting spell slots? I can't
Um,
remember what we decided on
you
that.
get all your spell slots back.
Okay.
All right. I will drop a couple of hit dice. You suck.
Alright, so I'm going to spend 1 more. Damn it. Well.
Yeah, I might as well spend 1 more just there. That's better. Okay.
So, what does Morgan specifically do in the morning?
Well, I want to burn her ledgers.
I'm going to hit the restroom while you're doing that.
I do get my spells back, though, right?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, I'm not here to profit off of the children that need us.
Okay, so as you're getting ready to, like, her ledgers are out on her desk. She's not there yet.
I'm
But
just saying
you-
I want to, not necessarily that I'm
Yes.
going to.
No, I'm
Yes.
just letting you know they're sitting there on the desk. She's not up yet. But you do hear a knock at the front of the church. And are you going to open the door?
Yes.
You see over the accountant that you freed from the jail.
Mm-hmm.
And you open the door and he sees you, and he, all of a sudden he gets this big smile on his face where he is like, "Oh my goodness, I was trying to find some place where my abilities could be used, and I'm so glad you're here, because I didn't really want to make a cold call, because it's really hard to go places and say, hey, I used to be a criminal accountant that helped the Watch keep things off their books." So I mean, No pressure. I'm not saying you have to give me a job. I'm just saying I feel much better, showing up here.
Oh, funny you should show up now. Because, and I kind of step outside and I quietly close the door. I got this lady in here that wants to exploit my kids
Well, that's terrible.
because the numbers aren't reaching what she wants them to.
That is terrible. At least I just help people cover up smuggling and hiding dead bodies.
Wow.
Yeah, clearly.
Gotta draw the line at child labor.
So, what would you need me to do?
Well, I'm wondering, being an experienced accountant, if suggesting that you help us out might get her off my back.
Ooh, so I could reevaluate some of her figures, double check to make sure that she was doing the math right, and maybe there won't be as much profit involved in some of these things.
Yeah.
I could do that. As long as I managed to run into you, did you need any help discerning anything from that ledger about the watch activity? I wasn't sure if you could decode what I told you about the system that I used.
I don't have that ledger, and I have not had the opportunity to pursue it just yet, but I'm sure that when we get there, if you're willing to give us a hand, that would be great.
Oh, definitely. Did anyone specifically keep that ledger? Because if none of you kept it, he kept it.
I don't remember.
I don't think I did.
Must have been him kept it.
Bob, do you remember, did Garlan keep the ledger that you found in the prison?
Um,
I was just saying, if none of you kept it, then he kept it with him. I just couldn't remember if any of you...
we had it. What we
Yeah.
did with it, I don't remember.
Regardless, he has the thing with him, and he looks at Morgan and says, well, if you could get me hired on here, and I don't start today, I would be glad to sit down with all of you and help you go over these numbers to see what we could find out.
That sounds wonderful.
So I am going to say you don't even need to make a check to convince Malgorna to hire him, because she's actually seeing this as, oh my gosh, you're taking the initiative and being more businesslike. That's what we need in the Church of Hermes. So she gladly hires him without even prying any more into this. And do you have a space where you would like everyone to gather for this? Or do you just want to go over this with him yourself?
Maybe we walk on down to the tavern, because don't necessarily want what's-her-name breathing down my neck while we're trying to
That is true.
deal with stuff, and I don't want her getting all mixed up in that, because then we got to pay her, too.
If you wanted everyone else there, you can send runners easily. You have
That's true.
You have easy
I have a
access
stable.
to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send out runners and be like, hey, meet at the tavern in an hour.
So Baro, when you get summoned, Hina, instead of coming up and talking to you, she actually tries to sneak up on you and throws the hilt of a knife at you to hit you in the back of the head.
Hey,
I was just trying to check your reflexes. We worked on that a couple weeks ago.
well, you did get the drop on me, so congratulations on that, kid.
The boss wanted to see you at the moat house.
Oh, yeah. I guess she is your boss, isn't she? All right, I'll be on my way.
And Zindlane, the sad thing is your runners don't know where you're at. Shaggy went to the alleyway and it's like, I don't know where he's at. Do you happen to go back to that alleyway at any point?
No, but I think I'm around noon. I'll kind of like wander into the moat house.
Okay. And then the Coral with his big wide brim floppy hat finds Garlan at the boarding house.
Good morning.
Hey, Garlan. Our boss wanted me to let you know that she wants to have a meeting at the moat house.
Absolutely. No problem. Here, have a silver.
Thank you so much. And he darts off. So all of you are now back there at the moat house at your little table there. Baro walks by. Actually, Zindlane's not there first. All the rest of you are there. And Baro walks by and says, "Hey, you seen Zindlane? I heard all of you got into a big fight last night. He's okay, right?"
Last I checked, after I stopped the bleeding, I think he was okay.
Okay.
He was flush with cash though, so he's either drunk in an alley with a nice bottle, or maybe found someplace nice to sleep.
I'm just saying, I kind of like the lug. I worry about him. He doesn't seem to make the best life choices.
Oh, I get it.
And Baro wanders off. So, Over looks at all of you and says, "So I wanted to go over the codes that I put in this ledger to see if we could make heads or tails of it. And I didn't know if all of you were interested, but I wanted to let you know I'm doing this completely for free because I really appreciate being not on the inside of the prison anymore, especially not with demons in it.
I like it."
Also, if any of you wanted to connect the dots, the Varghul hitched a ride on the Soul Eater. That's how the Varghul got here. Because Varghuls are basically just parasites that grab onto other things that get summoned.
Oh,
There you go.
oh. Can I make a minor retcon?
Sure.
Oh, no, we didn't kill the thing. Never mind. I was like, man, we would have had more demon ichor.
Yeah.
Never
Had
mind.
to try and scrape it up from the dirt. So about this time, Zindlane, you can come walking in as they're starting to look at the books.
I'm like eyes sunken in my head, hungover.
And Abara kind of nods over to you, and a few minutes later, there is this plate of greasy sausages and bread delivered to you.
Oh my god, I inhale it. And then I try to order another one.
And Over, you can tell he is very particular, so as he sees like the greasy sausage near his ledger, he kind of slides it over a little bit.
Oh, and just as he slides it over, a little big old glob lands right where the paper was.
You can see he just like tenses up as this happens. It's very important not to get books wet.
I didn't get the book wet.
So I wanted to walk someone through my codes in here. And in game terms, what the GM is asking you is, one of you will be making the investigate check to see how many clues you get from this book. But he is going to be granting you advantage when you make that check. So who would you like to lead that check as you're looking through these ledgers?
Not me.
I think Garlan is probably a better choice than me.
I don't know. Does Morgan have any? It's investigation, right?
Yeah.
Mine's passive investigation, not active investigation.
Yeah, but I have an active investigation of -1. So
I have 0.
I too have a 0.
I also have 0.
Well then.
see, Garlan, you're the best.
Hey, well, or I have the possibility of if I roll 1, I can re-roll that. So luck is on my side.
I like this. I think you should do this one.
It's weird that Baro's doing it, but like
I mean, Zindlane definitely offers, but
I think Baro's got like a weird because he's a child of of wizards, so
Yeah.
like he's got some academic background, I guess.
Oh yeah,
So he gets it. So yeah.
you're used to
All
seeing
right.
like coded books that quantify things. So.
Yeah, there you go. That too. All right.
All right, so this number means this. Whenever I do this, and he looks around, he like writes very carefully in the margin what some of the things mean, but not necessarily right by them, so that it's still harder to do this. And Baro,
Zindlane is absolutely helping.
so Baro, you can make an investigate check with advantage. The difficulty is 0. So you will get at least one clue off of this, no matter how badly you roll.
So first roll, I rolled a 1. All right, let's re-roll that one. And that's a 17. And that's a 6. Yeah, so 17.
All right, so I am going to say with a 17, you don't need to ask the questions now, but you get 4 clues off this ledger. So as he's showing you what, all the places where the watch smuggled things in, or where watch officers, paid people to dispose of bodies without it being on any official records, you don't necessarily know what any of this will help you with in the moment, but you have all this information, and you can spend 4 clues to ask me a question related to that ledger, and I will answer it truthfully.
And like, I don't know how much everyone else is interested in this, but like, I'm kind of explaining it as we're going along through it. Probably boring people to death. But...
You see, when he puts a 0 but draws a line through it, it's different than when he just draws a 0.
I totally get it. Uh-huh. Yep. When you put a 0 there and a 0 there and a 0 there, that means 20.
I don't think that's right.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure you're wrong on this.
It's a crash course in double booking criminal accounting. All right, so now you have that, and Over looks at Morgan and says, "And now I'll get to question. Would you like me to keep a second set of books, or do you just want me to make sure that the first set of books is providing the numbers that we talked about?" And the rest of you have no idea what this part of it is about.
Would the second ledger be the...
It would be my honest assessment of how much you would actually be making under these circumstances, in case you wanted it as a reference point.
Honestly, I'm in it for the kids. I don't care about the money, which
right.
is not necessarily what the powers that be agree with, but I owe it to them.
All right. Well, then the books will be the books. And after he closes the ledger and hands it over to Baro, then he reaches over and grabs a sausage off of Zindlane's plate. And I am going to say, since that roped in some backstory and all of that, I'm going to give a point of inspiration to Morgan for that one. So what would all of you like to do at this point? You're waiting for the well to get dredged. You have some clues in this book. You haven't seen the angel drop anything out of the sky recently. And
He won.
Yes. And Marley is not letting go of the coin.
I think we should investigate the tower.
That's why they're dredging the well.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I missed that part.
That's all right.
If we're not doing anything with this, I've got some political machining to do.
Oh yes, that's right. Because the other thing I was going to say, after everything else that Garlan missed yesterday about angels and dragons and all of that, they didn't really fill you in on the gentrification program for this neighborhood that they also
yeah.
stumbled across.
One of the nobles is trying to reclaim this district and reform it in their own own profitable image. But I think we can twist them up a bit.
Seems to be a lot of that going on. People meddling in our neighborhood.
Oh, really? Who else is meddling?
Well, those knuckleheads last night.
People, you know.
Indeterminate people.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't do anything about it if I don't know anything about it, so... But anyway.
If I do decide to set something on fire, I will let you know.
My ex-girlfriend is needs to be disciplined, so I'm gonna go
Sounds
and
like a Z problem.
Are we doing phrasing still?
she's been a very naughty girl. I'm gonna go and try to talk to some contacts and put some stuff in, twist up some wires for her.
Yes. Because whether Zindlane shares this or not, Zindlane is quote-unquote working for his ex-girlfriend, helping to set up some of these gentrification projects in the Isles.
Yeah. But I do not share that.
Although Baro knows about it because he was
Yeah.
there.
Baro might share it, but...
So, yeah, Baro does sit there and he does make a little connection, or attempts to make a connection, goes, wait a minute. Morgan's got people trying to change the neighborhood. Zindlane's got people trying to change the neighborhood. Are they maybe related?
Was anybody with you when yeah, I think they were with you when the watch captain asked you to get in touch with people in your church over helping to pacify the district. And you know that the Zindlane and Baro know that the watch captain is actively working with this noble to on these projects as well.
Would you know that?
Hmm. If it walks like a duck.
Judge Doom trying to shut down the cable cars.
It's definitely a moose.
All of those connections are out there, however you want to pursue them. What would you like to do at the moment?
Well, we can't have people mucking about with our neighborhoods.
I absolutely intend to go and stir up some shit. So,
Where would you like to go?
so she gave me some tasks that we're trying to. So she gave me some tasks. She gave me some direction. So I know, based on what our conversation is, what would help her.
Yes. So largely, she wants you kind of going around to businesses and talking about if they'd be willing to sell their property to her. So you know some businesses in the area. You know, the Spice of Life is a business. Both the taverns are businesses. The Ragmenders is a business. The Well is a business. So,
So I want to go around and talk to these businesses as a representative of a mysterious noble, of a noble that doesn't want to make themselves known, and I want to be super helpful, and I want to point them all at each other
Okay.
and cause discord that would make them less likely to sell.
All right.
No, actually, no. I want to approach this in a way that will make them more stubborn and less likely to sell. I want to let it accidentally let it slip that their property is worth more than it actually than she's willing to pay.
All right. Which business would you like to start at?
Ragmenders.
Okay. Are you taking anyone with you?
No. I mean, unless somebody's, I'd say, well, if we're not doing anything today, I got some business to account for. So.
Baro initially just says that. That sounds boring.
It probably will be. Yeah, so probably not.
All right. So, Zindlane, we will jump to you handling the thing at the Ragmenders. The rest of you, do you have anything specific that you want to address?
I think, honestly, I'm going to do something really stupid. I'm going to go talk to the Extortionist Guild.
Okay.
Now that sounds fun.
All right. So, is Baro going with Garlan for this?
Yeah, I think so.
Is Morgan going to go with them?
I mean, my friend doesn't exactly need my help with the books, so yeah, I'll tag along.
Okay.
Unofficially, no official regalia showing.
All right, so we will go with Zindlane first. You get to the Ragmenders. You notice there's like a line of people bringing like different cloths and everything to get like their copper pieces to survive, and then he is measuring stuff up so that they can be used for different clothing for other people. And he looks at you and goes, "I've seen you around. I know you, right? You're Xander, right?"
Yes, Xander. That's my name.
Well, and he looks at you for a minute and he says, "Are you buying, selling, or looking for other services?"
Buying.
And I don't know if Zindlane has caught on to this, because other people in the party definitely would know this, but the Ragmender is also part of the Fences Guild. So,
No, he does not know.
yeah, if you bring him stolen stuff, he is also going to be facilitating a price for those things. But it's easy to bring those things to him when you bundle them up in rags that he is...
Right.
Imagine that.
So what business do you have here, Xander?
Property.
All right.
Tides are shifting in the district.
Do you mean the water level going up? Because, I mean, that happens every year. It's really an inconvenience. I wish the Golds would get on that.
I mean, it's kind of more literal than... No, not the water level. No, the tides.
You're losing him. You're losing him.
Powers in the city, and people with a nose for opportunity know when to strike, and I have a nose for opportunity. So I think that.
So are you saying there's an opportunity for me?
No, not for you. For me.
So if this is an opportunity for you, why exactly would you be bringing this to me other than to rub it in my face?
No, I need to buy your property.
Ah. Well, I mean, I may not be a profitable business. You can make an insight check on that.
12.
I mean, this is fairly obvious, but, yeah, the rag mending part, no. But yes, it is a profitable business.
Yeah.
I may not be a profitable business, but I really live to serve the people in this district, so I would hate to give up this prime piece of real estate.
Well, but if you do not know how to ride the tides, then you might just get undertowed.
Are you threatening me?
I would never. I am an upstanding businessman.
I am not at liberty to point this out, but I am guild affiliated.
Some powers that be are able to trample over guild protections.
Really? Well, we'll see about that, won't we?
I mean, I would never threaten you. I'm here on your side.
Yeah, we'll see, because some guilds are closely affiliated with other guilds, and some people may be able to steamroll one guild, but they may not understand that they have other guilds that are willing to back them up.
Internally, I feel...
You can take that message back to whoever you're trying to deliver these messages from.
Internally, I feel like my job here is done.
And I am going to give you inspiration for that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you are determined, but if you change your mind and if you see the tides starting to work against you, remember, call Xander.
Yeah, I will have the name Xander burned into my brain.
Yes, you definitely do that. Thank you. I'm here to help. And I kind of bow out.
Oh goodness. I like how that felt like it went horribly wrong, but it didn't actually go horribly wrong.
That went perfectly.
That was so good.
I also like that, like, we're finding these little corners where Zindlane gets back into his, noble political maneuvering thing here.
Right? He knows exactly what to say to somebody. I mean, I have an 18 charisma, so...
All right, so we have not, other than knowing that they are present, we have not really explored much with the Extortioners Guild yet. So the Extortioners Guild is way over in the corner close to the border with the stacks. And they have like a second-story office in a building. The first floor, it's kind of the reverse of what you would normally have. The first floor is residences, and the second floor is where the actual business takes place. But the Extortioners Guild, on its face, is running an accountant building. They volunteer to, or they don't volunteer, but for a price, they will do your books for you. But and obviously, anyone that's renting out the places on the first floor are really desperate, because in flood season, they are living in a place that is like 5 feet deep in water.
Yeah.
So there is a set of stairs on the exterior of the building that goes around to the front office of the Extortioners Guild. And Garlan, you've gotten jobs from here before, so you are not unknown to them, and you know this place.
Clearly, I'm not unknown to them. So I just gonna boldly just walk in like I own the joint.
Okay. So you walk up there. What are Morgan and Baro doing?
I'm going in there with him. Oh yeah, so I'm coming in all like chest puffed out, arms crossed across my chest, like yeah, I totally got his back.
Like, yeah.
All like 50 pounds of you.
Yes, well, it's all
Now,
about the appearances.
Question: are the whether intentional or not, are the hilts of Baro's swords obvious?
I would probably say unintentionally, but the way that I kind of perceive that he has them is kind of in a V shape on his back.
Mm-hmm.
They cross on his back.
Okay. And I know Morgan is going in without any insignia out. Is there any specific way that you are entering as Garlan just kind of barges in here?
I've got my hood up,
Okay.
kind of
Listen,
doing
this-
the kind of looking kind of shady.
mysterious. I like it.
Yeah.
So you barge in, and I'm going to see if the person at the front desk notices something. Okay. Because that may set the tone of this whole conversation. So they look in and they see you, and they're like, Garlan, how you doing? We haven't heard from you in a while. I thought we had a contract that was still open.
Yeah. Well, about that. Because apparently there's another contract.
Really?
Somebody tried to kill me.
That is shocking. But then again, I mean, when you work as a leg breaker, sometimes people want to break things back. I guess it just can't be helped.
Yeah. We both know why.
Well,
we both know why.
You know what's really sad is when people under false pretenses start digging into other people's businesses. Not only do they not fulfill contracts, but they take contracts that cross over into other people's businesses. And sometimes that's just really bad business.
Sometimes. Sometimes it is.
And you notice they keep, like, after a while, their eyes dart to Baro's, the back of Baro's, and they look back at you and they're like, so, I guess you're looking for different affiliations these days, huh?
Yeah, I kind of got some things going on.
I didn't figure you for the subtle eliminations jobs instead of just roughing people up.
You have no idea what I'm up against right now. Truthfully, literally no idea. Okay? And it would take way too long to try and explain it, and you wouldn't get it, and you probably wouldn't believe it if you did get it. So, what we're going to do here is, I got a question for you. I have no idea where this is going to go, but I'm going to do it anyway.
I am in the business of disseminating information under the right circumstances.
There you go. So are you aware that there are one, possibly more factions trying to worm their way into our district where we live and ply our trades and make sweeping changes?
And his eyes go to Baro's back for a second and goes, well, there's at least one faction operating here that I wasn't aware of previously. So, like, he's starting to go down the path of, is Garlan trying to take over our turf by bringing in the Assassin's Guild? Or So, what exactly are you saying here? Are you forming some sort of alliance between some outside factions and some inside factions to shift the power dynamics of this neighborhood?
No, not at all. I'm saying that our neighborhood doesn't need outsiders coming in and mucking up the works.
Well, that we can agree on.
Okay. And I know for a fact that some noble is getting his nose into things, trying to fancify our neighborhood. I mean, come on. I mean, there are things that we would like cleaned up. It'd be nice if the place didn't flood all the time.
Yeah.
But this is our neighborhood. This is our district.
Yeah. Tell you what, Garlan, I can tell you, at least right now, until we can sort out where all of the guild affiliations lie in this district, you're not going to be under any worries about counter contracts coming out of our office here. And
I would greatly appreciate that.
now you've given us a heads up. We're going to put some feelers out there. I mean, it's not like we don't have some information we can leverage against some people. So we may be reaching out to some of our other branches to see if we can get some useful information. I appreciate this as an olive branch to any of our past issues that we may have had.
As intended.
I don't know if we can rightly give you any more work, but I can say that we could sever our business relationship amicably.
Say no more. I gotta let the puppy out.
Okay. So, yeah, basically, the Extortioners Guild is very interested in finding out outside sources because, when you have dirt on established people, you don't want to have to get new dirt on new people. That just makes things harder.
Right, right.
I think once we get Bob back, I think I'm going to call that for the night. It seems like that's a good stopping point.
These extortionist guild are going to want to know more about this Xander Noble, I'm sure.
That's great. I like that in this last stretch here, you have the Ragmender thinking that he's being threatened by outside forces, and you have the Extortioners Guild thinking that the Assassins Guild is moving into this quarter as a new faction here.
I love all the chaos we seem to be sowing.
Soon you're going to have the Ragmender attacking the Assassin's Guild.
Oh, goodness. So, I'm going to say, from a pacing point of view, I will know what's advancing one way or the other, however you want to do it, but I'm going to ask you this at the end of this session, just so I can plan for it. Do you plan on taking some time off to train, or are you just going to keep investigating next session? It will probably take a few days to get everything going with the excavation, or to get the...
I feel like
the
we
well
planted some
pumped
good
out.
seeds. It might be a great time to take some time off to train.
Yeah, actually.
All right. So
I
in
was-
this case, it might be a good natural point to take off to train. All right.
Baro, I think, also wants to possibly do some equipment purchasing too.
Let me see. So you're going
Get
from
your own damn crossbow.
you're going from 4th to 5th this time. So I believe that now that's going to take 20 days, which honestly, for the amount of time it'll take to clear out, getting permits, and then getting the guilds working together, and then pumping all that water out, may not be that ridiculous. So it's going to be 20 days of downtime and 40 silver if you would like to train for 5th level. Does everyone want to do that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I will advance some of the things behind the scenes, 20 days. And we'll see how that goes. And I'll give you some hints about what might have advanced next session when we start up. And also, since that's going to be 20 days, I think I'm going to call for a lifestyle expenditure here as well.
Okay.
So,
What are the lifestyles again? Let me look it up.
It's under the currency stuff on D&D Beyond if you're on there.
Yeah. Oh, it's listed on D&D Beyond? Ooh, nice.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
And we convert these to silver.
Yeah.
Zindlane is going to be living. I don't think I can manage to live wealthy here.
No, that's just kind of a thing you can't do in this district.
But
so.
Zindlane is definitely going to be comfortable.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 2 silver
All right.
to stay in this boarding house for the 20 days.
All right. That sounds good.
I'm going to smell pretty for the first time that any of these people would ever have never noticed.
Oh goodness. Yeah. So there we go. Yeah. Yeah. Wealthy. The best you can manage in this district is comfortable. So it's either going to be, to convert it down, it's either going to be 1 copper, 2 copper, 1 silver, or 2 silver for your lifestyle. So that's squalid, poor, modest, or comfortable. Unless you want to be wretched, in which case, you live in an alleyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So on top of your training costs, please add whatever lifestyle you want to maintain.
I won this silver, and I'm determined to spend it. So
And next time around, if everyone would like to level up to 5th, then, and we'll see what happens in the intervening 20 days that happen. Also, Baro, you shouldn't have, unless you want to buy something really ridiculous, it shouldn't be too hard for you to find it within 20 days' time.
Okay. Yeah, basically I was just thinking about upgrading to studded leather and then
Yeah, that won't be,
getting a hand crossbow.
yeah, that won't be too hard. So make sure you weren't like trying to buy like, you know, barrels of gunpowder or stuff like that. That's a little harder to get in this district.
So all the equipment prices too, if they're in gold pieces, convert that to silver
Yeah.
too. Okay.
Yep. Which is not to say, Garlan, you can find stuff for your gun, but like I'm just saying, big purchases of gunpowder is not that's like a trade good at that point.
Yeah.
I will probably look for some equipment as well. Some of the default cleric gear is not necessarily ideal for how I'm built.
Not as roguish as.
Yeah, I've got a mace, and I need something that's dex based instead of strength.
All right. Well, on that note, we're all going to level up to 5th level. 20 days will advance. I will let you know what plots are going on. Well, I won't let you know the plots behind the scenes, but I'll give you some hints. You do have your clues that you can spend when you're investigating things in the future. And I am going to now ask Brandon, do you have any last-minute things you would like to say before we sign off?
No, I think I'm good right now.
All right. Eileen, are there any last-minute things you would like to say before we sign off?
Nope.
All right. Gator?
be kind to yourselves. Thank you.
Indeed. And Bob?
Yeah, you try to swallow my soul, you get the sword. Enjoyed the session as usual. Had a great time. Everybody out there watching, listening, whatever. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time.
Yes. Black Lives Matter and science is actually accurate and true.
Yes.
Thanks, everybody. I will communicate with all of you eventually the next session we have.